too. But let's go for this. But what's up, warrior? Hey, today I have an important topic on this warrior wisdom. And I wonder who here has ever struggled. Let's be real today. You've struggled in your business and your life with comparison. You might not raise your hand, or maybe you are. I do all the time. And one thing about business, and I'm somebody that growing up, I had a very low lack of self-worth. I had lack of very low ego. I was the type that always picked last in PE class. Was anyone else like me? Like I was a chubby kid. And the only thing, and I remember when I finally found out that I could win at some things, I was a sore winner. Like I was that winner that you would not want to be around because I made sure people knew that I was winning. I love recognition, right? I love a pat on the back, and there's nothing bad about a good pat on the back, but there's also a negative side of things as well too. And if you want to really build an extremely an amazing business, attract incredible leaders, and build a culture that is healthy, build a culture that is good, then we have to understand how to deal with winning, but we also have to understand how to really kill comparison, right? The saying is comparison is the thief of joy, and we fall into it, especially in our line of business. There's rankings, and there's always going to be people doing better than you, and there's always going to be people doing worse than you. And if we have, I have to be very careful, because what happens is as the organization grows, dynamics change, right? For sake of example, I remember that when I got started my business, I would get a lot of attention from my mentors and my coaches. But as business grew, they had other leaders that they were taking care of. So my mentors weren't as easily available. And I loved being able to just call them up and be like, talk. I loved being able to just like conversate. I loved feeling like I was the center of attention, and all of a sudden it was taken away, and I did not know how to feel about that. And to be very honest with you, for a long time, I would harbor up resentment. I would harbor up really, really bad feelings of envy. And I wouldn't say it, obviously, on the surface, I'm like, but on the inside, if I'm being real, it was poisonous. And what I realized is it sucked. Poison, it's interesting. Envy and poison, it's like trying to drink poison yourself, expecting the other person to get hurt. So today we need to talk about a cure for comparison. But if that sounds like something that you need at some point in your life, put a 1 in the comments below. All right. So warriors, here's the tip. Warriors honor people. Warriors honor people. It's a very important word. All right. And as you know, I've been reflecting through the life of one of the most winningest people of all life. This guy was worth $300 billion by the time that he passed away. Very incredible leader, won tons of victories, a guy named David. All right. And David had an interesting life, which is, if you know his story, and he dealt with things with great honor. David in his life had a time when he had a king, King Saul, and David was serving in King Saul's court. So imagine you're in this situation, right? In your business, maybe you're working alongside your mentors, your coaches. And all of a sudden, what happened is King Saul got envious and jealous about David. And actually, Saul was trying to kill David. Have you ever dealt with a situation with your mentors or coaches? It's like something that they did was offending you. You don't have to respond to this. I'm going to step on something. I'm going there today. Okay. They did some things. You're like, come on, whether it was intentional or even worse, unintentional. What if it was intentional? Like, that's hard, right? You're like, gosh, what's up with this? I thought we're friends. I thought we're homies. I thought I'm the one. And what happened is, I think we can learn so much from this story, because literally David's on the run from his mentor that he loved and is literally trying to take his life now. But there was an aspect to this story, which is one day Saul's chasing around David, and David gets an opportunity to fight back. And David catches Saul sleeping. And David's thinking, I can get back at this guy now. The coast is clear. I can just, end all this torture now. And what ends up happening is David remembered that warriors honor people. And instead of killing Saul, actually, He made it a point, waited until he woke up, and he honored Saul, even though this guy was horrible to him. And you know what happened is that when David honored this person that was actually hurting him, Saul realized his issue. And the end of the story is, well, Saul wasn't king, David became king. And throughout David's entire life, David would regularly honor other people better than him. He would honor his enemies. He would honor people that hurt him. And he would also honor himself. It's important to honor yourself and other people. Honor is something that you don't just give conditionally. Honor is something that if you just understand that every single person has their own life, every single person has their own struggle. Hurt people hurt people. Have you guys realized that yet? Who here has ever yourself said something to somebody that hurt them, but it was just because you were just in a bad time of your day? I do this to my wife all the time. I'm like, why did I say that? Oh my gosh. But it's important that we understand in your business, you might be talking to your prospect, you might be talking to your client, you might be talking to another partner, you might be talking to your leaders. And just understand, like, when I understand that people got stuff, we all got stuff. And I just honor people just because I know that we're all struggling, but I choose to honor them regardless because of the sanctity of just who they are as a person. We all fall short. We all got issues. I don't care though. Well, I do care, but I try not to. This is easier said than done. But I choose to be a warrior that honors other people. And even if that person never changes, you know what happens? I believe God gives you and blesses you with other opportunities. I believe when you treat other people well, even if they don't treat you well, there are other opportunities that come, there are blessings that come, and you become a person of an integrity and honor. And I'm telling you this, if you want to attract incredible people into your business, incredible leaders into your business, that's one of the biggest things lacking in this world right now, honor. We're in a day and age now, you look at politics, for example, who here is sick and tired of politicians basically just dishonoring each other for elections? You know what I'm talking about? I don't even look at that anymore. I'm like, man, this sucks. Like all this like vitriol in the world. So in a world, and especially building a business online, so much comparison, so much stuff, so much hate. Just choose to honor. Choose to honor. So my challenge to you today, warrior, is think about the people that we're having issues with. Okay, and we all do. Maybe it's a friend, maybe it's a mentor, maybe it's a family member, maybe it's a prospect, and just, you know, there's this icky feeling. Choose to change that heart today. And whether you do it, actually, you verbalize it to them, you send them a message, you do something nice in their social media, or just a heart stance, you choose to honor. You're going to see what starts to happen in your life, in their life, and in your business as well too. All right. So if that's something you're willing to take on today, challenging topic, but it's important, comment me below. And if that did help you, if you're watching this on Facebook and YouTube, be sure to share this, tag someone in this that needs it. But other than that, super proud of you, warrior.